Welcome to SimTech Automation's video help series. Today we are demonstrating how to check the diagnostic fault tables of a GE Intelligent Platform's Rx3i PAC systems controller. This procedure also applies to Series 9030, Series 9070, VersaMax and Rx7i controllers. The first step is to make sure that Prophecy Machine Edition is started up and your project is open and that Prophecy Machine Edition is connected to the controller. There are 4 ways to display the Rx3i's diagnostic tables. The first way is to double-click on the icon immediately to the left of the target name in the navigator window. The second way is to double-click on the icon immediately to the left of Prophecy Machine Edition's connection status that is displayed on the status bar in the lower right of the Prophecy Machine Edition window. The third way is to right-click on the target name and select Diagnostics. And the fourth way is to click on the word Target above the toolbar and select Diagnostics there. The diagnostic tables will be displayed in the Info Viewer window of Prophecy Machine Edition. There are 2 types of diagnostic fault tables. There is the controller fault table, which gives us CPU specific faults, communication related faults, and certain fatal faults. The I/O fault table gives us information on individual circuit faults, module level faults such as loss or addition of module, and rack level faults such as loss of rack and addition of rack. Let's examine each table. Currently I have the controller fault table open. I already have 1 entry in the fault table. In the controller fault table we have 3 columns. The first column is the location, as denoted by the LOC. In that column we will see 0.5. What this indicates is that the fault is on a module in rack 0, slot 5. In the next column to the right we have a description of the fault that occurred. In this particular case it is indicating a system configuration mismatch, which is telling us that the module that is plugged in slot 0.5 does not match what has been downloaded to the CPU configuration. The third column is the timestamp. In this particular case, our fault occurred on August the 25th at 15:58, or just a couple of minutes before 4 o'clock. To go to the I/O fault table, I just come up in the upper left hand corner of the fault table display and just click on the button for I/O. You notice that the format is similar to the controller fault table. Let's take a look at what we have here. As in the controller fault table, we have a location column. In this particular case, it's indicating rack 0, slot 7. The next column over is a circuit number. If we have a circuit level fault, such as a fault on an analog input Genius block, this would give us the circuit number at which the fault occurred. The reference address fault table column gives us the address of which the fault occurred in the hardware configuration. The fault category gives us the fault description. In this particular case, we have a loss of module at rack 0, slot 7. The fault type gives us additional fault information, and of course we have the timestamp. In order to clear the fault tables, we have to be in programmer mode. So we'll click on the green hand and you'll notice that we get an additional item show up in the left hand margin of the fault table. If I click on this link here, Clear IO Fault Table, it'll ask me, am I sure about this? And I will click yes, and it will clear the fault out of the fault table. Same goes for the controller fault table. Go to the controller fault table, you'll see that there's now a link to clear its fault table. Click on it, click yes, and it will clear out. Please remember though, that clearing the faults out of the fault table does not fix the problem. Please just use the fault tables to find the module where the fault is and correct it. Thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for more instructional videos from SimTech Automation.